Finance, Human Resource and Informational Technology Committee to order. Roll call. I see Trustee Zerflu, Trustee Pfluger, President Mansell is here. Diane, Treasurer's here. Interim or Martinson's here from Public Works. So, and Mr. Stewart is here from Police and Fire Commission. Welcome. I make a motion to approve the agenda and approve the previous committee meetings from October 3rd, 2024. I'll make that motion. Looking for a second.
Go ahead, rookie.
I wasn't here for that one, but I'll second.
Okay, with a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing no opposed, that will pass. Public comments on the agenda. I don't see anybody online. Mr. Stewart? Do you
Yeah,
have-
I just make a quick comment.
Sure.
Reference your agenda item for closed session. It has to do with employee performance and compensation. I'm wondering, what's related to that, the new police chief position, if you would also discuss that salary. You've already discussed the window of 72 to 83, and that you made that on your committee and through the board. I'm wondering if you'll also confirm for me the manner in which you will negotiate that salary with the police chief. I'm recommending that you allow Ben Martinson to do it by himself. Or if you want more involvement through the Finance and HR Committee, then Lon and Ben. But I don't see, if we have a candidate that is restricted to the salary window that you set, I don't see the reason why that candidate needs to go through a 5 or 6 person negotiation, if it's within the window anyway. That's my recommendation. If you could maybe discuss that and get back to me, then it would allow me to relay to the candidates. That's just how it's going to work after it's out of our hands, the final part, salary and benefit negotiation. And just for your reference, we are interviewing 5 potential candidates in the next 2 days. And fairly happy with the amount that applied and the quality on paper so far. And just for your reference also, their salaries at their present positions, 3 out of 5 of them are in the upper range of your window anyway, just to kind of get you an idea of what we're looking at and what you may be discussing.
Okay, yeah, definitely. We'll definitely take that in consideration. And hopefully after we come out of that closed session, either President Mansell or Mr. Martinson can get back to you, or I will actually get back to you on how we can proceed with that after it goes through our committee. I do agree with you 100%. I think that either dealing with one person, and we already set the window, but we'll see how the committee wants to go forward with that.
Sounds good. Just let me know. It'd be great.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you. Discussion. Oh, chairman's comments. That's me. I better go with that first. I have none, other than I'd like to thank, I did review the proposed budget, and I would like to thank Diane and Ben for their hard work. And I hope everybody had the opportunity to go through it and take a look, and we'll discuss it more, but they did a lot of hard work to get the numbers where they need to be. With that, discussion and motion to approve the monthly bills, journal entries, and previous monthly report, financial report.
So move.
Motion by Zerflu,
I'll second.
second by Pfluger. Any comments?
Yeah, so just real quick over it, and why Dan, the last sheet of your
packet in November 2024. I believe it's the last piece or second to last piece. And Diane can help me out if I don't clarify. This is just something that Diane does monthly, and I've been really trying to understand myself. It gets kind of scary when you see negatives and reds and what's going on. Obviously, we're talking about budget tonight, but everybody's got it. We've been kind of talking about it over and over every meeting. You guys really got to understand that basically the TIF funds, the legacy, all those extra funds of 400 accounts is what makes our budget still go on monthly. I mean, the cash on hand that we have, basically the negative, our extra funds, and Diane can correct me, is what helps us keep afloat every month. You know, we don't, that's kind of like our bank account, and those are slowly going to be going away, the TIF and the legacy and other things. So as we move into year after year, it's gonna, you know, we talk about starting the budget with having 100,000, 200,000, basically on named funds. That's what we're gonna need to make sure we can make it month in and month out, because we won't have these extra savings accounts, I'll call them, other funds to balance the budget. This one, basically, we've got one shared revenue coming in. I believe Diane's built for 200,000. We figured one more year last payment.
Yep.
So that'll cover us and get us basically zeroed out for this year because of the shared revenue. But we just got to really, in the next couple of years, when that TIF is gone, try to figure out how we're gonna have other sources of funds saved to be able to function on a day-to-day basis. I don't know if Diane's got anything she wants to add to that.
Yeah, not really, except that all those funds in the middle there, that's, those are money, that's money that's committed. But once the wastewater, that loan is paid off now, so hopefully they'll get out of the red, and that'll help that. Right now, the general's kind of helping that along. But, yep.
Okay.
So I just wanted to add that when you guys made that motion. Again, this is just a piece, and like I said, I've been working with Dan to understand it more and more and try to keep you guys updated a month basis of where we're at as a budget whole, as the whole financials.
Any other discussion? Okay, hearing none, motion was, presented by trustee Zerflu, second by trustee Fluger. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Hearing none, that passes. Number 8, discussion on the 2025 budget. I, like, Mr. Martinson has brought up, I do see that, you know, we've got a lot of good things going with that TIF to do the street project on Second, to go in front of the high school. I wish we had more money to put in the 400 accounts, but I guess we have to look at that as the future and see if we can get other things. I know the legacy grant, did we apply for that too? Again, we won't hear until next year.
It's December is when we'll be applying for that. And we'll know if January or February, we'll know on that for next year.
So that would be another nice source of income to help us with the playground equipment, and other sources, fire department equipment and whatnot. Does anybody have any questions on what's in front of us or that was emailed out to us?
I mean, the 2025 budget and 2024 taxes, that front sheet, I mean, that gives, to me, that's kind of our short end of, you know, the money and the increase we got this year, what we budgeted in 2024, what we're budgeting in 2025, and what's all included in this budget. As a lot of people see, I mean, there's not a big increase, right? I mean, so when we talk about adding the 400 accounts, adding services, adding different things, if it's, you know, obviously across the river, anywhere else, that's not a lot of money to make any big changes with. So definitely it was a lot of work that Diane and everybody put in, department heads, to try to figure out how we could spend that amount of money and still balance the budget and get all the departments what they needed to function at 100%. So it's kudos to the department heads and the department board members that went through it and helped us out on different departments. And obviously the biggest that we just talked about a minute ago, the unassigned funds from $100,000 last year to 200. As you look at this year, there's not a lot of cash carryover going into next year's budget. So it's important that we start with a little bit extra money. So if departments happen to spend over their budget, which things happen, it's not, nobody's pointing fingers. It's the way the business is, that we're able to cover those, costs.
What did we end up going up from last year's budget? It wasn't much.
If you look at 2,387,435.88 from 235, 261.14.
I don't have that. I'm just gonna- Does anybody have any other further questions?
Quick question. The majority of your service contracts, are they on a calendar year basis? Are there any that are gonna renew next year, or do you just pretty much now work on a contract basis?
Yeah, I mean, our building inspector is only one, which in December he gives it. I've had some conversation. He's
Okay.
gonna keep the same one. Otherwise, Cintas and our cleaning people, basically. Those are kind of through the year. Cintas made a change, I think, middle of the year,
Okay.
for the contract, and our cleaning ladies, cleaning service has stayed the same.
Okay. My only concern is that we've got a contract renewing, say, July 1, and we don't have any flexibility in the budget to do that, but if we're limited as far as the amount of contracts we have, and they're probably not gonna change substantially, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we don't have, to be honest, I think we have like 3 or 4 contracts. We're pretty limited on those, what we do. So good question.
Perfect.
So it went up $92.77 from last year, basically. Which was proposed. Anybody have any other questions on it? Any further discussion? I think that we'll take it to the board meeting coming up on Wednesday. And, as a committee of the whole or board of the whole, we'll decide if that's how we want to proceed with the budget for 2025. Correct, Betsy?
Yes.
Yeah, but I will tonight after this meeting is over, I will send out this draft budget to the members that are in this committee so they can look at it. So that we'll have it hopefully for tonight and tomorrow. They can get hold of Diane or myself if they have any questions. Coming into Wednesday's board meeting.
Okay, with that, we will go with item on the agenda number 9, going into closed session per 19-85, paragraph 1, paragraph C, to consider employee promotion, compensation, and performance evaluation data, and any public employee or which the government bodies has jurisdiction or experience and responsibility to discuss proposed 2025 budget pertaining directly to the employee's performance and compensation. With that, I would ask for a motion to go into closed session.
So move.
Motion by Fluger. I will second the motion.
Are you on, Dwayne?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Second by,
You do roll call vote to go in the closed session.
okay, roll call vote. Yeah. Trustee Zerflu,
Here.
trustee Fluger,
Here.
trustee Radke's here,
And now,
President Mansell,
now the door.
Dwayne Galway's on Zoom.
and Dwayne Gao is on Zoom. With that, I would,
Dwayne's on, I was gonna leave mine and I can.
all in favor of going into closed session, say aye.
We just did
Oh,
that.
that's aye, okay.
We're gonna monitor this. If someone else pops in, we'll have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, let him, it'll cut it off. Yeah, tomorrow I can delete it out.
Perfect.
Okay, I don't have to call in then, do I?
No, I'll just delete this out before we post it online.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, just a couple things that I guess we're proposing or was proposed was a 3% increase for,
It's now, they have to wait, okay, the first of the month after 30 days from when they started to be eligible for the health insurance and that. So you're not talking 6 months to get health insurance, are you?
no,
No.
Just
It's
for
whatever
evaluation.
policy is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally operations, how he or she responds.
but we'll do that. What we'll do is we'll meet with whoever candidate they suggest to us, we'll meet with them. Ben and I will talk it over and come back here and say, this is what they're looking for. And then,
Please, the chair, I'll make a motion to come out of closed session.
okay,
That's what you'll
I'll
say.
second it. Any discussion?
Nope,
Do we need a roll call to get out? No.
Nope.
Okay, with that, we will be out of closed session.
Well, you gotta vote on it. All in favor?
All in favor? Aye.
Hold on, we're putting the door open for the public to come rushing in.
just because I went like this at you, we had the door shut early. Yeah.
Any old business?
Too much fun.
Just me. old.
Discuss any new business?
That'd be the president.
So we have to decide if we're gonna have another meeting before, basically December board meeting.
What is your
My thoughts,
right?
my thoughts are no. If you guys are okay, obviously we'll put these motions, right? These motions will be on the
We're
board
gonna make the
agenda.
motions. Nobody made the motions right out of closed session,
Motions for,
what we talked about in open,
To ratify
Oh,
all.
or I mean, closed,
but
yeah.
what, are you still gonna do a COW, committee of the whole?
No,
Just go right into the action, and that'll be on what, December 5th,
December
4th.
4th.
4th? That's a Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm comfortable with that. And we got the,
Board meeting this Wednesday in a couple days.
yeah,
Mhm.
but we'll be doing the public hearing
Before the board meeting.
figures, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
And, yeah, I'm okay with that.
For your next meeting of November, you just came out of closed session talking about the wage rate increase for the staff at a certain percentage. That should go to the next November meeting, correct, Ben?
Correct.
Right, so we have,
There's a motion?
you need to have a motion, correct?
To give them the 3%?
Yeah.
Yes. And then it still has to get approved at the
Right.
December meeting when we approve the budget.
Right, so do we need those motions out of closed session that we talked about?
That's up to you guys.
I'm
Yes.
just,
Yeah.
Okay.
I would
so we kind of have to go back to,
3%?
do 3%. So I would, put that down as a motion for,
Yep.
on the next
I
board
would
meeting
agree.
so we're not gonna make the motion now, we're just gonna do that.
at the board meeting.
So we don't need a motion from this committee.
You're not recommending that. I think the Finance and Human Resources Committee should recommend that to the village board as your normal procedure.
Yeah,
Well, it's already
Thanks,
built into
Edward.
the budget, correct?
Hmm?
It's already built into the budget. We're recommending the budget go forward, so do we need to?
yeah, 3%'s in the budget.
Right.
Yeah, so
I
guess
we're
what I'll
recommending,
do-
we're moving the budget forward with
So
that already
that's-
includes 3%, so it seems a little redundant.
So what I'll do is I'll just, recommend the 3%
And that can be. in
and the increase in
motions.
with the health insurance for the employees at the board meeting.
Okay.
I don't think there needs to
Or
be
a
a
simple
motion.
thing like, the employees, the recommended raise of 3% will be in the budget
Budget.
that goes for the hearing and the board approval in December.
I just wanna make sure we didn't miss something and then couldn't do it or something wonky. Okay, ignore me then.
Okay, correspondence received? I didn't receive anything. Anybody receive anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay, and, next meeting, we will forego the next meeting because it's going to be, December 4th, and that will be the budget. And so we won't need a meeting
So
for
January.
December.
I would play that by ear.
Yeah, I
Either.
guess it depends on if they have a candidate yet for,
Well, just anything else that could come up, and it's, it's just, things come up, and if Ben thinks that we should have one, all he's gotta do is see you and you approve it. I wouldn't close the door to it, but I agree, like, Parks is not gonna have one. Public Safety will, that'll be on December 18th at 3:30, that Wednesday, after, 2 weeks after.
2 weeks after.
well,
For
we'll,
clar-
then, Ben, if we've got something, or Diane, you have something, we'll
Go
put
from
one
there.
up.
For clarification, are you going to include the administrative coordinator being set in a budget of 85?
Yes,
Cause that's how it's in there.
Yeah, just make sure you report that too, besides the 3, the 4 and the, thank you.
I thought you were gonna ask for your severance pay.
No, I'm just making sure Ben's taken care of when I'm get the H out.
So on
Are you gonna
Wednesday
show up
in that,
anymore?
just for
Yes, I am. I'm gonna show up for those meetings. Next,
pilot
'Cause I owe you-
program,
I
and
owe
the
you
3% That's already in the
lunch.
2025.
I'll be
budget,
showing up, yeah.
Proposed budget for 2025.
What was that? You're gonna give me
On
90,000?
Wednesday, from HR, I'm going to recommend that we go with the proposed budget from 2025 numbers of the 3% increase for village employees
There you go.
and the 85,000 in the pilot
There
program
you go.
for Mr. Martinson.
Just don't forget at the budget hearing, trustees can throw a dart at you too and say, well, I'm having second thoughts about this 3%. That
I
happened
know.
in the first year.
I figure there probably might be some members that will do that, but we'll.
Yeah.
Without objection, I will call the meeting
Adjourned.
adjourned. Yeah, I'm thinking.
God, right, you took your
Adjourned
40
to at 5:16 PM.